Hallo und willkommen. Ich bin Meister Lehns and you're watching Get Germanized. Welcome back to Almost Forgotten German Words. This is part 3. In this series we look at words that once had meaning and purpose in the German language. Now are just parts of almost forgotten history. It pains me to say so. I almost didn't. But yes, they still exist. Help me save them from extinction in this series.
I am bored. What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
First up, die Dachtel. Dachtel, what could that mean? Dachtel. Well, it means, slap in the face. Dachtel or Tachtel, well, is a slap in the face, like we just said. The expert at Duden assumed that the root of this word comes from Middle High German Dat. It stands for thinking. At some point, this may have become the famous Denkzettel, and then a slap to the head. A Denkzettel is a thinking paper, a piece of paper that makes you think, I suppose. Denkzettel. A Denkzettel is basically a means to pay someone back for revenge. A Denkzettel. So don't resort to violence and rather use this old-fashioned German word, Dachtel. Next up is radotieren. Radotieren. This is a fantastic word. Radotieren stands for uninhibited chatter. By the way, there are several derivations for the origin of the word radoter or radoter. I don't actually speak French, but it means something like chattering, repeating oneself, talking nonsense, always chewing over the same stories. In Middle Dutch, there was also the word doten, which meant something like to dream or to become childish. Our next German word is just as obscure and almost forgotten. I've never heard of this before the research actually. Quinkelieren, to warble. According to the Duden, a particularly North German word. Quinkelieren, sometimes also Quinquilieren, stands for whistling, singing, warbling, chirping, twittering. Let me give you an example. Ein Vogel quinkeliert im Baum. A bird chirps in the trees. Sounds like the perfect description for songbirds, but can of course also be applied to some very chatty people. We all know them. The next one is another favorite of mine. It is verhuscht. This literally translated, I think, means timid in English. Verhuscht is a colloquial word that describes someone who is shy, timid, and lacks confidence. Sounds kind of cute anyway. Verhuscht. Ben war so verhuscht damals. Ben was so shy back then. The next one you will love. It is fun to say, it sounds fun, a little bit difficult maybe if you're not a German native speaker, but Schlampampen just rolls off your tongue and feels nice to say. Schlampampen. One of my absolute favorites because, well, like I said, the word is fun to say and the activity behind this word, Schlampampen, comes from Low German. It means to spoon feed oneself or simply to eat very extensively. Yummy. The word will be used in continuous loops from now on. Schlampampen. Ich würde gerne Schlampampen. I would like to eat a lot. Next up, haselieren. When someone makes crude jokes, rages, or behaves foolishly, then he, well, haseliert. The Duden also considers this word to be outdated. That's why it's in this series. And its origin could be the Old French hasler, I think, or hasler. I'm no French person. Stands for mobbing or harassing. Haselieren. Don't haseliere your Mitmenschen. Don't do it. Next up is die Plempe, also known as Plörre. According to the German dictionary, the word Plempe describes a thin, insubstantial, insipid drink that doesn't taste good, well, anymore. For example, because it's been shaken too much. Die Plempe. Or maybe you've watered down your beer for whatever reason with water or something else, and now it's a Plempe. Or a nice whiskey. If you drink too much water with it, then it's a Plempe as well. Don't do that. Next up is kujonieren, well, to bully someone. This could mean in English at least. With this, you of course say colloquially that someone treats you unworthily, bullies or oppresses you unnecessarily, and of course viciously. Another old word that urgently needs a revival. The next one is another favorite of mine. Fun to say, der Herzensbrast. Der Herzensbrast. The heartbreak. Oh, Brast. That sounds hard and tedious. In fact, such a heartbreak can be quite painful. Brast. According to the Duden Dictionary, heartbreak, or Herzensbrast, stands for a great emotional pain or sorrow. The word was probably used primarily in the 18th and 19th centuries. Next up is die Malaysia. Malaysia, what could that mean? Well, it's said to be a North German word. According to the Duden, it stands for unpleasantness. The French word malaise is giving as its origin, meaning discomfort. Malaysia. Oh, here's an extra word for you, by the way, if you didn't expect it. It is der Schurmur. Another fun word to say, der Schurmur. Have you been looking for a new word for the chaos in your storeroom for a long time? Well, here you go. Schurmur stands for mess, junk, worthless stuff. What a lovely euphemism for all the stuff in our worry room. Did you know any of these, or would you use any of them in nowadays conversations? Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. And apart from that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And, well, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.